taxes are the worst. That's pretty easy. So the taxes are probably the worst thing in America, and the freedom that we have to wander around like we're doing now is probably the best.
The best thing, the worst thing about America, the worst thing right now is being in war. You know, losing a lot of soldiers, a lot of things. This war should be fought anyway, in my eyes, but that's my own opinion. You know, and the best thing is living in America. You know, having freedom, friends, working, having a job, meeting a lot of different people, enjoying life.
The worst part of America, I would say, is just our fucking absolute comfortability and everything. You know, everyone's so comfortable. They have their, like, you know, little, you know, gadgets and whatever it may be, and they're completely immune to what's going on and like how the system, like, you know, for instance, take wars and how like people are like suffering food crises and stuff like that, and how people are just being completely punished by the same system that they're participating in.
The best thing is because for the most part, even though nothing's perfect, I'm free to be me. I have freedom. I wake up, I choose what I want to do, and pretty much, unless I want to break the law, which I don't, I'm pretty much free to express myself in any which way, form, or fashion, like I'm doing right here with you. And if I did this in some other country, I may get arrested. You see? Now that would be scary, but I never experienced that. So, but I know it goes on. That's what I'm talking about. I know it happens.
The best part of America is a lot more difficult of a question for me to even begin to answer. It's you know, I can say, yeah, it's great that we have, like, you know, the freedoms to do, like, for instance, what you guys are doing, what a lot of people can do with, like, you know, getting their ideas out there through podcasts, or, you know, through you know, people can start their own, like, forms of information.
The best thing about America is that, you know, you can, like, do lots of shit, like, you're not starving, or, you know, I mean, there's, like, you can, I mean, you know, just all the things that we take for granted. The best thing about America is all the things we take for granted. The worst thing is all the things we take for granted, because I think it spoils us into knowing how a lot of the rest of the world works.
You know, so we have that freedom to do that. We can pass on information. We can, you know, set up in the basement, set up in the living room, record stuff, get our ideas out there. And it's true, a lot of places can't do that. A lot of places it's so iron fist where it's like, fuck you, you can't fucking, like, you know, slit your throat for even, like, thinking of things like this.
I think the worst thing about America, about the U.S., is the culture of fear. And I'd say right now, but I think it's been going on for a long time. I think everyone's afraid of so much that they're afraid to reach out to each other, and they're afraid of their neighbors, and they're afraid of anything different from them. And I mean, to some extent, I'm guilty of that as well. I'm not immune from fear. But I think it's really something we need to work against, obviously. But the best thing about America is a lot harder. I was thinking about this, and I'm almost tempted, I'm going to say this on camera, I'm almost tempted to say Bush, just because people are kind of paying attention now.
So it's great that we have that freedom, but on the flip side of it, it's just like a little teaser that we get here. You know, it's like, okay, you guys can do this, but don't go too far with it. Because if you go too far, you start to, like, you know, maybe cause a problem, cause some waves. You know, we're gonna crush you. We're gonna fucking crush you hard.
I'll tell you the truth. I really don't see no worse thing, you know. I'm glad that I have the opportunity to be myself, to pursue the things in my life, and to be free to be me. And I've always had that. I've never felt depressed. I've never felt that, you know, that I was denied anything. So far as what America is the worst, well, I'll tell you what I wish would happen. It's just that they would become more truly spiritually aware. That's the only thing, and that goes for the world, not America. That they would really seek divine spiritual truth, the universality of it, to see the unity within the diversity. Stop the separation, the illusion of separation, and realize that we're all one in the one divine spirit God.